For Nintendo, financially speaking, 2020 has been good. For us gamers, well, it started exceptionally well with Animal Crossing New Horizons breaking all kinds of sales records, and Paper Mario: The Origami King will no doubt sell a few million copies, and also give us a lot of enjoyment. At the same time, the massive lack of announcements and reveals of new Nintendo games has been concerning. So far in 2020, we have only seen the reveal and release by the end of July of 2 Nintendo games, Clubhouse Games and Paper Mario. While for the months of August, September, October, November and December, we know absolutely nothing when it comes to Nintendo games, and the only titles we have to look forward to are the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Metroid Prime 4, though it's likely that those games will not come out this year. One of them was revealed at E3 2019 and the other restarted development in January 2019, so no doubt we will not see the latter before the former, even though it was announced before Breath of the Wild's DLC 1 was even out. I know what you think. Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel has been under development for a long time and could come out this year, right? We haven't had a Nintendo Direct, so who knows if in the next one they will bring back the game in a mighty fashion. It is just that it depends heavily on when that Direct will be. If it is this month in July, then yeah, sure, it could still happen. But if you're watching this video in late August, you know that the chances for another trailer in September and then release 2 months later is just illogical for Nintendo. If we see a new Direct this month, then everything is possible. But then again, Nintendo stopped long ago to rush the developers, and the Zelda team is the Nintendo team to get the most time to maintain their incredible value for money and masterpiece productions. Besides, this isn't Zelda's 35th anniversary, but Mario's. Now, before we move on, let's get this done real quick. Leave a like on this video and press that subscribe button with notification bell and all notifications pressed on. Don't worry, we don't spam. Yes, the next Direct is possible in late July or even sometime in August, though it's more likely that it could be a pure Mario Direct dedicated to Super Mario's 35th anniversary, which takes place in September. A massive presentation pushing Paper Mario: The Origami King after its release, Lego Mario right before its launch, showing more information and footage from Super Nintendo World, and then revealing multiple Mario titles. That way, Nintendo can get the Mario push done before September, when you guessed it, we're likely to have the long-awaited General Direct with updates to Nintendo Switch Online and reveal of our first 2021 titles. Well, other than Breath of the Wild 2, that is. In other words, the steps to fixing the rest of 2020 are a Mario Direct soon, Twitter announcements and reveals of smaller titles and ports after this one in August, maybe around Gamescom, and finally a big Nintendo Direct in September. 2 months is, as we have seen with Paper Mario: The Origami King, the minimum for revealing bigger titles, and this goes in line if Nintendo aims to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary in style in September. All we need is the reveal of the rumored 35th anniversary Mario titles in a Super Mario Direct. Just think of it. Current Mario boss Yoshiaki Koizumi, who has been involved with 3D Mario since Super Mario 64, together with the creator of Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, showing up on 2 different screens and talking about 3D Mario from the development of 64 and then revealing the updated version, remaster or remake, then moving on to Sunshine and doing the same thing, and this way going through the long and interesting history of 3D Mario, getting to Galaxy and eventually Galaxy 2. Then, as it seems that they are finished talking about Galaxy 2, also mentioned that the game came out exactly 10 years ago. But how do we celebrate this anniversary? By releasing Mario Galaxy HD Collection. 1 and 2, since it's 10 years, then maybe $100 bundle price. And the internet would go wild. A Super Mario Direct would allow for a format like the one Sakurai had for Smash Fighter Pass 2's first DLC pack. 30 minutes to have 2 key developers and video game legends go over the great legacy and history of Super Mario on console, briefly go over Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario World. Maybe promote NES and SNES Nintendo Switch Online and Super Mario Maker 2 while they are at it, and then go over the entire history of 3D Mario games. And you know what that means? We could see something big happening if that is the case. Since each game on the list of 3D games could mean a new release or at least reveal in 2020. In 2015, Nintendo celebrated the 30th anniversary of Mario by giving us a brand new Mario IP, Super Mario Maker. 2020 will likely not give us a brand new Mario game since we already have Paper Mario: The Origami King, but instead be a celebration of 3D Mario. And I'm sorry to say this, it will not be Super Mario Maker 3D, but rather ports and remasters remakes of past 3D Mario classics. The long-rumored Mario 35th Anniversary Collection. In other words, the perfect games to bring out in September and build a buzz before the Black Friday and holiday sales in November and December. Since what is a better holiday seller than multiple mainline 3D Mario games? Nothing. We saw it with Super Mario Odyssey in 2017, and that game was a clear signal to Nintendo that gamers are eager to play more open 3D Mario games. And which other games can offer that experience? Definitive editions of Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine on the Nintendo Switch, with an improved and fixed camera option for Super Mario 64 and HD updates for both, and who knows, for Super Mario Sunshine, the missing Corona Mountain missions. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Super Mario 64 PC was taken down just like another Metroid 2 remake back in 2016, because Nintendo is hard at work on a remake or at least remaster of its own. Then you have the matter of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, which Miyamoto and Koizumi can move on next and say, I can't believe it's been 10 years since we launched the last Super Mario Galaxy game, if there only was a way to celebrate it. I know, let's re-release both Galaxy 1 and 2 in HD on the Nintendo Switch. The two games could obviously be done separately, but it is more likely, as we have already previously mentioned, that we could see this go for $100, 10 years, 100, kind of goes together for both of them. Then when most of us may think it's over, the two move on to 3D World. Remember, we're talking about console Mario titles. 3D World Deluxe with new content revealed and coming out in October or December, after the other 3D Mario games but before the holidays. Which leaves us with Super Mario Odyssey, and Koizumi could indeed say this. We never made any expansion passes for Odyssey, did we? No, but 3 years after the game is too late. You know what? Let's do this instead. And then we get a regular Switch trailer, but instead of Odyssey expansions, boom, there we see the Mushroom Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey, but it's not the expansion, rather the reveal trailer for the sequel, ending with 2021, the 25th anniversary of 3D Mario. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you end a Super Mario Direct. Well, at least how we would do it. But what about other Nintendo games this year? With the Mario games bonanza covered, they will naturally get the room to breathe in a separate Nintendo Direct in September, which we for the most part will dedicate the rest of this video to. Yes, I do suggest that we could have a year, 365 days, between one general Nintendo Direct to another, but in return, it will be a weight crowned with one of the best Nintendo presentations ever, since after all, they kept us waiting for way too long. It goes without saying that the only full-blown Nintendo Direct of 2020, because of the situations going around the world, better hit the right strings. And usually, the September Nintendo Directs do not disappoint. In 2018, both Luigi's Mansion 3 and Animal Crossing were revealed, and NES Switch Online launched. While last year we got the reveal of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and SNES Switch Online launched. This year we missed the usually packed June Nintendo Direct, and no doubt if there was an E3, that presentation would have contained new game reveals and new trailers for games revealed last year. First, let's go over new game reveals. First thing that comes to mind of games that are heavily rumored but which we haven't mentioned a single time in this video yet is Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Then again, why would you reveal Pikmin 3 Deluxe instead of just posting another tweet about it? Since it might be followed or preceded by the other game besides Metroid Prime 4 that has been in development hell, namely Pikmin 4. Seems that the number 4 is the same for Nintendo as the number 3 for Valve. Though actually there could be a different reason for it, as the number 4 in Japanese culture is considered as a number of unluck, and the word even sounds the same as death in the language. As for Metroid Prime 4, it was first unlucky, but then handed over to the Texas-based Retro Studios, so outside of Japan, and it seems that this move solved the matter. Joking aside, just giving a teaser of Pikmin title pending will be enough, and if you end with the year 2021, then you know that Nintendo is cooking up something big for next year, after a year of Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, ports, and remasters, remakes. There might be other titles that could be revealed, and since there was no Nintendo Direct in June this year, one or maybe even two of these could still release before the holidays. Naturally, these titles can range from everything, but the best we can hope for are ARMS 2 or Splatoon 3. Both came out in 2017 and have not had any new installments since. These two will more likely be reserved for 2021, but the possibility is there for one of them to make it in 2020 if the recent statement by Nintendo about no delays is true. Sadly, the same cannot be said about their third-party partners, Grasshopper and Platinum, as more and more points to No More Heroes 3 being delayed to next year, and the same goes for Bayonetta 3, which might or might not have been affected by the worldwide situation this year. There, we have reached the end of a September Nintendo Direct. Naturally, the Mario games will most likely be mentioned once again, and maybe we could see even a new Mario Party title. And along with the Mario Anniversary games, they could post for a bundle, Mario Bundle, for the holiday season, and also give us the release date of Pokemon Snap if it's set for a 2020 release by the Pokemon Company. That only leaves Zelda, which has not had any updates, reveals, or even news this year. Indeed, it has been awfully silent on the Zelda front. The only thing coming out has been rumors, surrounding about everything from Breath of the Wild sequel coming out this year, to an HD remaster of Skyward Sword and Switch ports of Twilight Princess HD and The Wind Waker HD. None of these have been confirmed or given any legitimacy, which is a clear sign of the fact that Nintendo is still able to keep their Zelda project secret until they decide to share more direct information through Nintendo Directs, E3 presentations, and the Game Awards. The three forums that Breath of the Wild graced its presence in, plus the Nintendo Switch presentation between 2014 and 2017. So will we see the grand return of Breath of the Wild sequel with a new proper trailer in the next proper Nintendo Direct? It depends. But if Switch ports of The Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are revealed and launched this year, then I'm inclined to say no. If Skyward Sword HD is revealed, however, then I'm going to say yes, as Skyward Sword, through its story, ties heavily to Breath of the Wild and its sequel. We even uploaded a dedicated video on it. If Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year, then they must show it. But seriously, games of the scale like this need more than 3 months of proper marketing. I will just say this. If no Zelda games are planned for release this year, then they could show Breath of the Wild 2 in the next Nintendo Direct for one reason. That being a trailer with a title or name reveal, maybe a gameplay reveal as well, though that could be saved for later, and last but not least, a confirmation that the game is coming out in 2021. Why do I say that we could see gameplay this year? Because the Game Awards in 2014 and also 2016 contained gameplay reveals. And a 2020 Game Awards world premiere would be the perfect scene to reveal the first gameplay of the next Zelda game. It will be right before the turn of the year and a perfect moment to promote, to bring Breath of the Wild back in a big fashion. In fact, Nintendo might hold off Zelda until the Game Awards. But after the lack of presence last year, I wouldn't get my hopes too high. So maybe the next Nintendo Direct, whenever we get it, is a better bet. Since remember, Reggie Fils-Aimé was the then Nintendo of America president, who through his network and Nintendo corporate in Kyoto granted Jeff Keighley his dream world premieres. Now with Doug Bowser in charge of Nintendo of America and Shuntaro Furukawa and not Tatsumi Kimishima in charge of Nintendo corporate in Kyoto, things may be a little bit more complicated. But what do you think about all of this? Can we see a Super Mario Direct before a full Nintendo Direct with the grand return of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2? And what about the Game Awards 2020? Sound off in the comment section down below. Now, this is very important. If you haven't already, leave a like on this video so more people can watch it, and also share the video. Subscribe to this channel, Commonwealth Realm, and press that notification bell and again for all notifications to defeat the YouTube algorithm once and for all. Also, we are rebooting our Patreon this week to become better than ever, so go over to patreon.com/commonrealm. Anyhow, we'll see you in the next episode of CR's Nintendo News on Saturday, and in the meanwhile enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.